I forgot how expensive the black PVC is. 3-inch, it's $49 for a 12-foot length. And then for the 2-inch is $29 for a 12-foot length. I need a bunch of 2-inch for plumbing in the house. I'll put one length of 3-inch off the trailer there. So that'll be the initial rush when I go empty it out. And then if anything plugs up, it'll be in the transition from the 3-inch to the 2-inch. And then I can just pull the connection apart and run some more water down it. Wherever the connection is, they'll be far beyond the end of the trailer, so I won't be having to clean it out by the trailer. Like in plumbing, when you have a really steep incline and you're like floating a turd down the line, if it's too steep, the water will rush away and leave the turd behind. In the country, you can have like a broadcast system. It just pumps the water out onto the surface and then it just dries up, you know, what have you, just sits there or leaks into the ground, and then the solids just decompose and dry on the surface. So you're allowed to just pump out your sewer onto the surface. What you're not allowed to do is to have like a outhouse where you just keep shitting in the same hole. Then that can contaminate the groundwater with all sorts of things. What I'm probably just going to do, I'm just going to run the pipe out, dump it there, just let it run out onto the ground, and then it'll just dry up and the bugs will have at it, and before you know it, it just turn back into the dirt again. Number 2 today is not that number 2, just discussed the number 2, but this number 2. I got some scaffolding outriggers. What did the guy call it? I said, "Do you got any outriggers?" He's like, "Oh yeah, we got lots of them." And then I went there, and then he started getting outriggers, and I realized he thought I meant the outriggers for the ground, you know, that you put the wheel in, and I think you can use these for that too. I got 4 of those. I got 4 outriggers. How these work, everybody probably knows what an outrigger is. And this one's bent. Anyway, that's what an outrigger is. You put one of those on the other side, and then you just set a deck on here. And that allows you to get close to the building. So I got 2 outriggers for down low here, so I can go around and finish all the windows, and when it comes time to start throwing the siding on. And I got 2 outriggers for the top there, so I don't have to worry about jumping over to the roof. 4 of those is a good idea. I was gonna weld some of these up. I was gonna make my own, but that's a pretty good quality product. You know, I don't have the tools to bend that shape, you know, and put all those holes in there. It would probably take me half a day, if not a day, to make 2 of those. Yes, excellent. No tipping, not even a hint of tipping. But my tire is right underneath the outrigger, so no chance of it. I could probably do a double outrigger. Right on. I should probably put a bolt in both areas. Yeah, it could come undone because it can slide up. So say there's a really strong updraft, not this close to the ground, but say you're doing this like 100 feet in the air. Yeah, I definitely put both bolts in there. And then it's not gonna get an updraft and slide up. Because I found some 2-inch unions. I have a couple for electrical conduit, and then I got one for gas line, and they should work for this anyway. It's not under pressure or anything. It'll just seal it in and they should stick. And I have a bunch of electrical conduit. I think this stuff is a fair bit more expensive, but I don't know because I bought it before the COVID inflation. I got 2 conduits, more expensive than the PVC. Because they're electrical and they got weather resistant properties to them. And I'm not sure if they're heat resistant, but most likely, like if you have a wire shorting out in there, they shouldn't melt. So they're probably the same rating as the gas vent pipe with weather properties, but they couldn't make them all the same color because the gas vent has to be white, the electrical has to be gray, plumbing PVC with the arrow bar kind of honeycomb bubbles in it, lightweight stuff, has to be black. There's glue for gluing 2 different types. It's all PVC, just different types of PVC. PVC cement, gray. Yeah, this is for gas vent systems, like on the high efficiency furnace. I'm going to glue all these together. I'm going to use the electrical unions for the PVC and the one gas vent union. The inside of the electrical pipe is probably not as smooth as the black PVC, which is meant for plumbing. The inside of that pipe, once it gets wet, is just like slippery as you know what. But the inside of that, the electrical tubing there, is probably not. So Just put the connectors in place where they got to be. To downsize, I got from 3" to 2", and all the solids are probably gonna stick there and have a little bit of shit residue in the bottom of the pipe, but that's okay. I can clean it out later. For this corrugated drain pipe that with the trailer for dumping out your sewer, the eye joist here, you can use 2 2x4s. So what I'm going to do is just cut that eye joist in half. It's no good anymore. I had a whole bunch of them sitting under a tarp. I didn't put anything underneath them, and the moisture just came up under the tarp and they all started rotting out. So yeah, it's no good for anything now other than firewood. Oh, black stuff. Maybe it's just black on the top, it's separated. And normally you do both ends, like you do the inside and then you do the outside. And then when you squish them together, you're guaranteed the glue is going to overlap and get around the pipe. There we go. You're all pissed off about me doing this. This is not a permanent thing. This is just temporary. So I can drain the gray water and the black water out of the trailer. Doing things like this is a good way to learn about things without having the consequence of screwing up. Walking back over here and I was thinking about slope. And I think this hill's got a pretty good slope on it already. I'll just follow the hill and just block it up in a straight line so there's no dips to it. There we go, that's pretty good. And then so on. So I'll block up the rest of the way. I'll come and make my tray for this flimsy one here off of the trailer. And then we'll dump it, hopefully before the sun goes down so you can see the color of the water. It's probably going to be poop color. Okay, I got all the blocking in place. I think I got a pretty good slope going. Okay, so that should drain out pretty good, as long as it doesn't have too many solids in it. I'll screw that together. So I got my tray together. It's upside down right now, and the pipe is going to be sitting right there, so that's where my piece goes. There's my tray for the hose. Apologies for getting up late today and it being dark when I do this. Oh, there's my pipe sitting on the tray, and this end is a little bit low, so here's my sewer pipe. I'm going to drain about half of it just to get the tank a little bit less full. This RV has the line you attach that has the shit disturber, or the poop disturber. It stirs up the poop in the tank and gets it off the bottom, so and then it can drain out. See what the black water tank is at now. Full. That would be the gray water. Ugh, it stinks already over here. Okay, now it's white. That's the gray water with the soap in it. So there's nothing coming out of the black water holding tank, but I guarantee it probably says full still. So maybe the poop is blocking the tank. I doubt it. That's a 3-inch line. I think the level indicator is just stuck in some poop sediment in the bottom. I'm just not reading correctly. That's pretty cool. That one there is to fill up with water from like from a garden hose or what have you. And this one over here, that one's to tank flush. So that's to flush out the black water tank. So I'm going to attach my hose to there. Okay, and that's on regardless. This switch is just to turn on the water if it's off in the kitchen. Nothing left to do but to turn the cold water on, and then that'll help clean out the black water tank. See if I hear anything rushing out. I don't hear anything rushing out. I hear it moving around and cleaning it out in there, but I'll go take a look inside. I don't want any poop to get flushed out in here. Okay, what do we got? Black water. Still says black water tank is full, so I don't know what's going on. And the black water tank used to say that it was empty, so I don't know. Yeah, I say there's still some water in that tank. Yeah, it's pretty full. What could I do to loosen the poop up? So if I run the plaster mixer down the toilet hole and then spin it up, will that help the poop come out? Yeah, I thought Go Auto tested all this stuff out. There's a small stream of poop water. It's just not draining out. Why? And it stinks like shit down here, really bad. There's like no water in that pipe, so it's not the pipe that's blocked off. I have a nice sewer drain system there, but the black water is plugged up. I think what happened is this trailer was sitting for so long with poop in the tank, and then all the water evaporated and it just turned into like hardened mud on the bottom of the black water tank, and now it's just stuck in there. He was avoiding showing me the black water tank. He showed me every single tank. He avoided showing me the black water tank. And then he made a point to show me the inlet to turn on and flush the poop out. So instead of taking this RV and flushing the poop out, they just left it and said, oh, well, he can deal with it. And they took my decals off. They took another decal off after I said don't take the decals off. They did a piss poor job of the ceramic coating, charged a fortune for it. They put new tires on it, but I suspect that's only because they're the ones delivering it. So if they didn't have to deliver the trailer, they wouldn't have put new tires on it, I think. I don't know, who knows, maybe they did it out of the kindness of their heart, but I think they're more worried they'd get in trouble. Just leave that black water tank open all night and let it drain. We'll see if the level goes down by morning. Ah, shit. Exactly. Shit, exactly.